Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Beautiful day out today. I figured I'd bring the camera outside and just talk about something real quick. And I want to see how many people agree with me in the comments. Please, if you disagree, please put that in the comments as well. But a hot topic lately on some forums online has been what is a setup and what is quality control. I just seen somebody post on a Les Paul forum that they bought a $3,000 Les Paul, and the nut was cut so high that you couldn't even play chords. They were super out of tune and sharp when you played it. And a lot of people in the comments were saying that that's a setup issue and not a quality control issue. And I have to say I completely disagree with that 100%. If your guitar is not even functionally able to play, that's a quality control issue. It's not a setup issue. The person in the post was also using just regular gauge strings and standard tuning. I heard a lot of people say, well, you just got to get, as soon as you buy a guitar, take it straight to a tech and get a full setup with the cutting the nut and all that. That should not be necessary. Yes, a setup most of the time is necessary, and I do all my own setups. But cutting a nut is not part of a setup process unless you are drastically changing the gauge of strings that you're using and tunings and stuff. Then it can be required. But if you're just playing in standard, a nut cut should not be a guaranteed thing you're going to have to do. Totally disagree. I own some nut files, and I can do my own nut work, which is cool, but you should not buy a brand new guitar, especially that costs that much money, and be expected to have to cut the nut. That sounds crazy to me. I know a lot of manufacturers leave them high just for, some people play a little heavier or want to go with heavier gauge strings, so they're going to have to cut the nut. But to go that high to where you can't even play chords is ridiculous. And the amount of people in the comments of this post saying that that's a setup issue and not a quality control issue blew my mind. In no way, shape, or form is that a setup issue. That is a 100% a quality control issue. I even wrote in the comments, it's like, when do you stop? If there's a giant scratch on the guitar, would you just say, well, just, refinish it? If it requires a specialty tool or a specialized knowledge of somebody to fix, that's a repair, not a setup. Setups include truss rod adjustments, pickup height, intonation, saddle height, other than that, it's pretty much what, tuning you're going to be in. And like I said, in those cases where you say, I'm going to put this guitar, which has just standard type strings, these are 9 to 46. But if I wanted to put this in like drop A and throw on a set of 60 to 12s on this, that nut's probably going to need to be cut. So that would then be a setup, but not in standard, not in regular playing. Absolutely not. Leave in the comments what you think. Like I said, to me, the only thing that should be considered in a setup is your neck relief, your action, your bridge height, intonation, pickup height, and the tuning. That's pretty much all a setup is. And if you can't get that set up within normal range without it having buzzing issues, fretting out issues, intonation issues, then you have quality control issues. So the fact that the guy set the guitar up in standard, had sharp notes up here, he said it was extremely sharp, wasn't even relatively in tune, that's a quality control issue. Make sure to like and subscribe. Sorry, there's a little noise out here. There's a lot of traffic today. It's, Good Friday out here. Getting ready for a weekend full of family stuff. Figured I'd throw this video out here really quick before I get all that going. And it was just too nice out to not come sit outside. But make sure to like, subscribe, put in the comments what you think about the video, and stay tuned.